Hi, and thanks for joining the class today. So today we're going to do a range of exercises to really stretch and strengthen some of those key muscles throughout the body. We're going to start in standing, then we're going to come down into 4-point kneeling, onto our sides and onto our backs as well today. So I hope you enjoy the class. Please always remember to work to a level that you feel comfortable with, because most importantly, we want you to enjoy it. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to bring our toes apart and those heels apart, so those feet that hip width distance. Just to start with, we're going to transfer that weight onto the fronts of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just nice and slowly forwards and back. Just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements. So that weight's going nice and evenly down through those feet. Knees are nice and soft, so not locked back. Hands up into your pelvis. Very gently, we're going to tilt the pelvis forward and then tilting it back. So just nice and slowly forwards and back. Just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements. Again, so we're in that nice neutral position. Those ribs are soft, collarbones nice and wide, and that neck long and lifted. Okay, so we're just going to warm up through our feet with some toe walking. So we're just going to come up onto our toes and then switch sides. So alternating here, just stretching through those ankles and those toes, just moving through. But I want you to really focus on keeping this pelvis nice and level, so we're not kind of transferring that weight side to side. We're keeping that control, moving gently through. Good. Lifting up, stretching through those toes, particularly those big toes if they're a little bit stiff, moving through here. Good. Let's see if we can go a little bit quicker. So moving through, breathing in and out. Good. Moving in and out. And then slow that down again. Well done. And let's go a little bit quicker again. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out, and let's slow that back down. Well done. Moving gently through, and then coming back. One more each side, and then back to that start. Well done. Okay, so we're going to keep those feet that hip width distance apart, and we're going to go into our balance series from here. So we're going to float our hands up to that shoulder height, come up onto those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet, and down. Well done. And again, floating those hands up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Well done. And again, float those hands up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. And again, float the hands up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Very good. And again, floating up, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Well done. Up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Well done. Good, so nice and controlled, those knees staying that hip width distance apart. This time if you can, let's raise those hands up towards the ceiling, up on those toes again, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Well done, last few. Raising up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Last few here, up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Well done. Up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Let's do one last time. Raising those hands up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and relaxing back down. Well done, relaxing those shoulders. Okay, so let's warm up into our legs a little bit more with some squats here. So still keeping those feet that hip width distance apart. We're going to drop down, that weight going back onto those heels and lifting up. So just go as low as comfortable, dropping down, lifting up. Still keeping those knees that hip width distance apart. They shouldn't be knocking in or widening into those legs. Well done. If we can reach those hands forward and up. Well done. Dropping down, lifting up. And again, sitting back, lift up. Well done. Good, now on this next one, we're going to add some heel raises if you can. So we're going to drop down, up on those toes, push into standing and down. Well done. Drop down, up on those toes, extend into standing and down. Well done. Drop down. Up on those toes, push into standing and lower. A few more here. Up on those toes, push up into standing and down. Drop down. Up on those toes, push into standing and down. Last few. Drop down. Up on those toes, push into standing and down. Do last couple here. Drop down. Up on those toes, push into standing and lower. One more time. Up into standing and lowering back down. Well done. Relaxing those shoulders. Okay, so we're going to work on to our balance just a little bit here. So you're going to have one leg just in front, pelvis nice and level. And we're going to lift up here and lower. So just starting by flexing this hip, lifting and lowering. So we're going to float our hands up at the same time and lower if you can. So that standing leg's working really hard to support you. That knee soft, we're lifting and lowering. Well done. And again, lift up and lower. Good. Raising those hands and lowering. And again, lift up and lower. Now on this next one, if you can, we're going to lift up, hold that there, raise those arms up and around in that circle, coming forwards and then back down. Well done. And again, floating up, hold that there, reach those arms up and around in that circle, forwards and down. Good. And again, floating those hands up, reaching up and around in that circle, coming forwards and down. Lovely. Last couple here, lifting up, reaching up and around in that circle, forwards and down. Let's do one last one, lifting up, hold that there, reaching up around in that circle and lowering back down. Well done. Okay, let's do the same the other side. So starting with just flexing that hip, the leg you're standing on, keep that knee soft. It's going to work hard to support you. And we're going to lift and lower this opposite leg. So lifting and lowering. So keeping that control, lifting and lowering. Well done. Lifting and lowering. Good. Now we can bring in those arms again, raising the same time and down. Lifting and lowering. Again, that standing leg's working hard. Keep that knee soft. We're going to lift up and lower. Well done. Lifting and lowering. Okay, now on this next one, we're going to lift up. Hold that there if you can. Raise those arms up and around in that circle. Forwards and down. Good. And again, floating up. Hold that there. Reach those arms up and around in that circle. Coming forwards and down. And again, raising up. Hold that there. Reaching up and around in that circle. Forwards and down. And again, floating up. Hold that there. Reaching up and around in that circle. And down. Last few here. Raising up. Reaching up and around in that circle. And down. Last two, raising up, hold that there, reaching around in that circle, and down. One last time, floating up, reaching around, back and lower. Well done, very good. Okay, so we're going to work into our abdominals a little bit here. I'm going to put my hands behind my head, and I'm going to reach one leg just slightly out to the side here. Now I'm going to bring my opposite elbow down towards that opposite knee, so I'm going to fold in and reach away. So kind of a little ab curl and reach. Good. Folding in, extending away. Fold in, reach away. Good. So if we can do 5 more here. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reaching away, fold that leg back in. Opposite leg, bringing that out to the side. Do the same again, bring that elbow towards that opposite knee. So we're going to fold in, extend away. Fold in, reach away. So that little ab curl and away. And again, folding in, reach away. Let's see if we can do 5 more here. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach away. Bring that leg back in. Bring those arms back down. Relaxing those shoulders. Well done. Okay, so we're going to bring our hands together into this little prayer shape here. Then we're going to go into our side lunge. And when we're there, we're going to add a little spine twist. So with one leg, we're going to step to the side, drop down, rotate that upper body, fold back, and then push back to the middle. Okay, so opposite side, drop down, rotating around, back, push back to the middle. And again, drop down, rotating around, back to the center, and back. And again, drop down, rotating, back to the center, and up. Last on each side, drop down, rotating round, back to the center, and back. Good, drop down. Rotate the upper body, and back to the middle. Well done. Relax those arms. Okay, so we're going to have a little stretch now into our hips and our legs. So we're going to bring one leg just behind here, and we're going to reach our hands up and above our head, and we're going to fold in together. So we're going to fold hand towards that knee, and I'm going to reach and extend the leg away. And again, so we're going to fold in, and reach and extend away. And again, folding in. Reach and extend that leg away. So just really extending through that hip as you're reaching, arms up and that hip back. Good. Reach away. Good. Folding in and reaching away. Let's do 3 more here. So we're going to go 3, 2, and 1. Reaching away. Bring those arms and that leg back down. Okay, opposite leg. We're going to extend that leg away. Hands back up towards the ceiling. Same again. We're going to fold in and reach away. Folding in, reaching back. Good. Nice and control with that movement. Reaching away. Again, that standing leg's working hard to support you. And again, fold in, reach away. Very good. Folding in, reaching away. Let's do 3 more here. So we're going to go 3, 2, and 1. Reaching away. Bring that leg back in. Bring those arms back down. Relaxing those shoulders. Well done. Okay, so feet still that hip width distance apart. Let's go into our little side bend stretch here. So we're going to drop over to one side, bring the opposite arm up and over just to really lengthen out through that side. Then we're going to come around in a big circle here with that round the world stretch back up to the ceiling. And again, reaching over, coming around in that circle and lifting back up. Good, let's do 1 more of those. Reaching over, lengthen through that side, come around in that circle and then lifting back up. Relax the arm down. Well done. And again, drop down. Reach that arm up and over. Lengthen through that side. Then we're going to come around in that circle. And then lift back up. And again, reaching over. Coming around in that circle. Lifting back up. Good. One last time. Reach over. Coming around in that circle. And then lifting back up. Relax that arm down. Well done. Relax those shoulders. Okay, so let's do a few roll downs here before we move on. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck that chin down, roll those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end there. And as you breathe out, gently coming back up into standing. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Breath at the end there. And as you breathe out, gently lifting back up. Good, let's do that 1 more time. Breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands down towards the floor. Breath at the end there. And as you breathe out, slowly coming back up into standing. Good, then we're going to come to the end of my mat. We'll do that 1 more time. And this time we're going to roll down and come into 4-point kneeling. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Once you reach your end point, just soften your knees and then we're going to walk our hands down and come down into 4-point kneeling. And we're going to continue our class from here. Okay, so we're going to continue here into 4-point kneeling. So my hands are just in front of those shoulders, elbows nice and soft, knees underneath those hips. We're just going to start with a gentle cat stretch here just to move through our spine. So we're going to tuck that head under, arching that back, dropping down, gently extending. And again, flexing through that spine, tucking that head under, and then gently dropping down and extending. Well done. So just moving through that spine gently here. We're just going to find that midpoint between those two movements now. So that back's in that nice neutral position, nice and flat there. Keep those elbows soft. And we're going to start here by working into our triceps, so into our arms. So we've got 2 options. So either staying in this position, we're going to keep the elbows in towards our side, and we're going to lower those elbows down towards the mat and up. Now if that's comfortable, stay there, or we can extend one leg away, do the same again, lowering down and lift up. Okay, so either way, let's do 8 more together. So we're going to drop down 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, fold that leg back in. Well done. So either staying again in this box position, have a little breather, or we can extend that opposite leg away this time. And we're going to do the same again. So keeping those elbows in towards your side, we're lowering down towards the mat, lifting back up, dropping down and up. Let's do 8 more together. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, well done, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, 1. Lowering down, fold that leg back in. Well done, very good. Okay, so we're going to stay in this 4-point kneeling position and we're going to work into our swimming movement. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to extend one leg away and then fold back. Opposite leg, reaching away. Breathe in as you fold back. So we're going to alternate legs here, keeping that back nice and level as we reach the leg away. Now, if you can, if it doesn't feel too much, we can extend the opposite arm and fold back. So we're going to alternate, reaching opposite arm, opposite leg, and back. Still imagining I've got that tray of drinks on my back, so keeping that nice and level. I don't want them to spill. Keeping there, reaching away, and back. And again, breathing out. Breathe in to fold back. And again, reaching away, and back. Good. And fold back. Well done, reaching away. And folding back, lovely. Now on this next one we're going to add in a thread the needle movement. So we're going to reach away. As we fold back this side, I'm going to reach the arm through and under and then back. Opposite side, reaching away. Fold back, reach the arm through and under. So just adding that bit of rotation into our spine with that thread the needle movement, reaching through and under. And again, reaching away. Fold back, reach through and under. And again, breathing out, reach away. Breathe as you fold back, reaching through and under. Good, and again. Fold back, reaching through and under. Let's do last few here. Reaching away, folding back, through and under. Well done. Let's do one more each side. We're going to reach away, fold back, reaching through and under. Well done, last time. And back, reaching through and under. Well done, let's come off those hands for a minute. Let's drop down into that child pose stretch here. Just have a little stretch out, well done. So breathing in and out. Good, and again, breath in. And out. Lovely, one more time, breath in. And out, sinking into that stretch, well done. So this time we're going to come up and we're going to come up onto our elbows here. So we're going to come down onto our elbows. If you don't like being your elbows, you can come onto your hands again if that's more comfortable for you. Now we're going to work into our glutes here with some rainbow taps. So we're going to extend one leg away and I want you to lift that leg up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to tap the foot across the body. Then we need to lift it up and over in that rainbow shape and out to the side. And again, so lifting up and over, tapping across the body, up and over and out to the side. So keeping that nice control, we're really working those glute muscles here to control that movement, lifting up and over, out to the side and across the body. Well done. That leg that's still on the mat is also working really hard if you feel that there, to stabilise and support you here. So keeping that control, tapping across, rainbow shape up and across to the other side. Well done. Keep going here. A few more. Out to the side. Well done. Make sure you're still breathing in and out, not holding your breath. Tapping across and back. Well done. And back. Keeping that control. Well done. Last few here. Good. One more, lifting up and over, tapping across, up and over and back. Well done. Lifting up and lower that leg back down. Well done. Very good. Okay, so let's do the same onto the opposite side. So we're going to extend opposite leg away. Then we're going to lift that leg up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to tap the foot across the body, lifting up and over, out to the side. Good. And again, lifting up and over and across, up and over and out to the side. So nice and control, drawing that rainbow shape with that leg, either side and across, up and over, out to the side. Well done. Drawing that rainbow shape. Well done. Nice and control, really working those glute muscles, So lifting that leg up and across, up and over and out to the side. Good, and again. And back. Well done. Out to the side, up and over. Lovely. Last few here. Well done. One more time. And then lifting and lowering that leg back down. Well done. Let's come off those hands a minute and just drop down one more time. Breath in and out. Just sinking down. Well done. Breath in and out. Lovely. And lifting back up. Great. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our sides now. So if you've got your thicker block, we can just use that to support our head here. We're going to come down onto our sides. Now we're going to start here with our side kick movement. So we have those knees bent up, feet and hips just stacked there on top of each other. And now we're going to start with that side kick movement and lift this top leg up to that hip height level. Now I want you to imagine that leg's on that table and we're just going to glide the leg forwards and gliding it back. So just keeping that control as we glide forwards and glide back. Well done. So just keeping that hip height, gliding forwards, glide back. Now if that feels comfortable with that knee bent, continue here. Or if you can, we're going to extend that top leg away. Do the same again, glide forwards and glide back. So keeping that control, gliding forwards, gliding back. Well done. That leg at that hip height level, point the toes as you glide forward, flex the foot as you glide back. Point the toes as you glide forward, flex the foot as you glide back. So keeping that control, well done. That leg still staying at that hip height level, really working into those glutes as we glide forwards and glide back. Well done. And again, gliding forwards, gliding back. Gliding forwards, glide back. So that leg staying at that hip height level, controlling that movement. Well done. Through that center. Good. We'll just do a few more here. Point the toes as you glide forward, flex the foot as you glide back. Point to glide forward, flex to glide back. Very good. And back. Well done. And again, pointing to glide forward, flex to glide back. Well done. And we do one more, gliding forwards, gliding back, and then lowering that leg down. Well done. Let's drop that leg in front, give it a little rest there, and lengthen through that lower leg. So while we're just giving this top leg a little rest, we can lengthen this lower leg, just do a few little pulses of that inner thigh here. So breathing in and out. Good. And again, breath in and out. Well done. Breathing in and out. One last time, breath in and out. And then lowering that leg down. Very good. Okay, so we're going to extend both legs away here. Feet just slightly in front of you, but those hips really stacked on top of each other. And we're going to work into our leg lift sideways. So we're going to lift this top leg up and out to the side, just as far as comfortable, and then lower back down. And again, lifting up and lower. If you can, we're going to point those toes again as we lift up, flex the foot as we lower. Point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. So keeping that control, lifting and lowering. Now try not to let that leg come too far forward, still keep it up and above that lower leg. So keeping those hips stacked. It might want to just glide forwards a little bit to make it easier. So just try and keep that leg lifting and lowering in that line. Well done. And again, lift up and lower. And down, very good. And again, lifting and lowering. Good. Let's do one more, lifting and lowering. Well done, and folding those legs back in. Excellent. Okay, so let's come up and over to do the same on the other side. So we'll bring our block with us and we're going to come round onto our sides again. So as we did before, let's start with our side kick movement. So those knees are bent up, those hips are really stacked on top of each other. And we're going to start by lifting this top leg up to that hip height. So imagine that leg's on that table, just going to glide that leg forwards and then gliding it back. So just nice and controlled, gliding forwards and gliding back. Well done. Glide forwards and back. Good. Now if that feels comfortable here, then just continue with that knee bent, keeping that leg at that hip height level. Or if you can, we can extend through that top leg. Same again, glide forwards and glide back. So point the toes as you glide forward, flex the foot as you glide back. Point the toes as you glide forward, flex the foot as you glide back. Good. And again, point the toes gliding forward, flex the foot as you glide back. So keeping that control, forwards and back. Well done. Gliding forwards, gliding back. Good. It's not a huge movement, working hard into those glutes to keep that leg at that hip height level. So bring that leg forwards and back. Well done. Few more here. Gliding forwards, gliding back. That leg straight, then point the toes as you glide forward, flex the foot as you glide back. Well done. And again, gliding forwards, gliding back. Still breathing in and out, not holding your breath, remember, breathing in and out. Okay, let's do one more here, gliding forwards, gliding back, and then lowering that leg down. Well done, drop that leg in front. Give that muscle a little rest there. So while we're resting this top leg, let's lengthen through that lower leg. Just do a few little pulses of that inner thigh. So just breathing in and out. Good, and again, breathing in and out. Just working into that inner thigh here while we're doing that. Breathing in and out. Good, one more time, breath in and out. And lower that leg down. Okay, so this time we're going to straighten both legs out together again. Feet just slightly in front of those hips, but really keep those hips stacked on top of each other. And we're going to start with this top leg by lifting that leg up and out to the side and then lower back down. And again, lifting up just as high as comfortable and lower down. Now, if you can, we're going to point the toes again to lift up, flex the foot to lower. Point to lift up, flex to lower. So keeping that control, lifting and lowering. Well done. And again, lifting and lowering. Now, as I said before, try and keep that leg in that line, lifting up and above that lower leg. So it's not shifting forwards. Sometimes does that just to help it out a little bit. So try and keep that leg coming up in that line and lower. Good. Lifting and lowering, really working into these side glute muscles here as we lift and lower that leg. Well done. Last few here. Lifting and lowering. Good. Very good. Let's do last two. And lifting and lowering. One last one. And lowering and bend those knees back up. Well done. Give that muscle a rest. Excellent. Okay, so let's come round onto our backs now. So I'll put that block to one side and we're going to come round onto our backs here. So feet and knees that hip width distance apart. Just tilting that pelvis forwards and back here if you need to, just to find that midpoint between those two movements. Those ribs are nice and soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there. Well done. Okay, so let's start here with our scissors movement. So we're going to float one leg up into our tabletop position. So that leg's at that right angle. We're going to tap that foot down, lift up and lower. Opposite leg lifted. Into that tabletop, we tap down, lift up and lower. So as you lift this leg, keeping that knee at that 90-degree angle, don't let those knees bend. We're lifting up, tapping that toe down, back up and lower. Well done. And again, tap down, lift up and lower. Good, tap down, lift up and lower. So if that feels comfortable here, then keep going there, alternating sides. Or if you can, we can float both legs up into that double tabletop position and do the same again, tapping down one at a time. So just pick what feels comfortable for you. We can always mix and match between these levels. So if you start to feel you're really bracing through your tummy or your back is arching, come back to that single leg, do a few there. You can then lift back up into tabletop and double tabletop. So just pick what feels comfortable for you. Again, not holding your breath, breathing in and out. So tapping down, lifting up. If you can, breathe out as you tap down, breathe in, lift up. But more importantly, just make sure you're not holding your breath. Good. Tapping down, lifting up. Keeping that control, that tummy staying nice and flat, lift up. Well done. And again, tap down, lift up. And again, tap down, lift up. Very good. Now, if you're feeling like an extra challenge, but you don't have to if you want to, we can go a little bit quicker. So we're breathing in for 2 and out for 2. Breathing in and out. So just an extra if you want to, you don't have to. Just pick what feels comfortable for you. The last few, breathing in and out for 2. Breathing in, just a little bit quicker with those legs. Still make sure those knees aren't bending. That angle should be still staying the same. So you're tapping, tapping, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. So one more breath in and out. Last 2. And then lowering those legs back down, one at a time, back to that start. Well done. Okay, so our feet just tucked up towards our bottom here, feet and knees that hip width distance apart, arms relaxed down by your side. We're going to go into our bridge from here. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to lift up into that bridge, breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, gently lowering back down onto the mat. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up. Coming up into that bridge, breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, slowly lowering back down onto the mat. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up. Coming up into that bridge here, breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, gently peeling back down onto the mat. And again, tucking the pelvis under, lifting up. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly lowering back down onto the mat. Good, and again, tucking the pelvis under, lifting up. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly lowering back down. Good, and again, lifting up. Breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, gently lowering back down. We'll do one more of those here. I'm going to lift up again. Breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, slowly lowering back down. Well done. Now we're going to do this again, but we're going to hold when we lift up. So we're going to lift up into our bridge. I want you to hold this position and we're going to do some little bottom dips. So I want you to drop your bottom down just an inch and then lift back up an inch. Okay, so we're going to drop down an inch, lift back up. And again, drop down, lift up. And again, drop down, lift up. And again, drop down, lift up. And drop down, lift up. Well done. Drop down, lift up. And again, drop down, lifting up. Last couple, drop down, lift up. One more, drop down, lift up. And then gently lowering that spine back down onto the mat. Very good. Let's bring those knees in, have a nice little hug and just stretch out from there. Just take a nice deep breath in and out here. On that out breath, if you can, just relax on into that stretch. Just that little bit further if you can. Breathing in and out. Good, and again, breath in and out. And then just lowering those legs back down one at a time, back to that start. Okay, so this time we're going to pop our hands behind my head here. And we're just going to work into our abdominals a little bit. So we're going to raise one leg up into our tabletop position. And we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we need to lift your head into that abdo prep position. At the same time, we're going to extend that leg away and we're going to fold back. So we're going to stick with the same leg. We're going to breathe out, lifting that head into that abdo prep, reaching that leg away and then fold back. And again, breathing out, reaching away, breathing in to fold back. And again, breathe out, reach away. Breathe in to fold back. And again, breathe out, reach away. Breathe in to fold back. And again, reaching away. And back. Reach away. And back. Lovely. Now on this next one, we're going to reach away. Hold that there. Lower the leg down towards the mat. Lift back up. And then fold in. Okay, so we're going to reach away. Holding that abdo prep. Lower that leg down. Lift back up. and fold back. Good, so breathing out, reach away, lower down, lift up, fold back, and again, reaching away. Hold the abdo prep as we lower the leg down, lift, and fold back. Good, last few here. And back, so breathing out, lifting up. Lower the leg down, breathe in as you fold back and lower. Good, reach away, lower down, lift up, fold back. Let's do one more here, reach away, lower down, lift up, and fold back. Well done, lowering that leg back down. We do the same the other side, so opposite leg lifted into that tabletop position. And we do the same again, breathing out, reaching away, breathe in to fold back. So just starting with that leg stretch, lifting up, reach away, breathe in to fold back. Breathing out, reaching the leg away, breathe in to fold back. Well done, breathing out, reach away, breathe in to fold back. Good, now this time we're going to reach away, lower that leg down, holding that abdo prep, lift back up and back. And again, breathing out, lower down, lift up, fold back. And again, breathing out, lower down, lift up, fold back. Good, and again, reach away, lower down, lift up and back. Last few here, reach away and back. Good. Last few, lower down, lift up, fold back. Let's do two more, reach away, lower down, lift up, fold back. One last time, reach away, lower down, lift up, and fold back. Well done, lowering that leg back down. Okay, so I'm going to keep my hands behind my head and we're going to work into our obliques and our abdominals now, so a little bit in towards our sides. And we'll go into our crisscross. So we've got two options here. So we can either keep our feet down onto the mat, or we can lift them up into tabletop, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And we're going to lift up into that diagonal. So I'm going to bring my right shoulder towards my left knee and then lower back down. Opposite side, so left shoulder towards that right knee and down. So just in that slight diagonal movement, coming across and lowering. So breathing out, so we lift up, breathe into lower. So we're just working into our side slightly, adding that slight diagonal movement and down. Breathing out, breathe into lower. Well done. And down. So we're going to keep alternating sides here and down. And again, breathing out and lower. And down. Well done. And lower. Good. And lowering. Well done. And again, lifting and lowering. Very good. Last few. And down. Well done. Let's do one more each side. Lifting and lowering. Last time. And lowering back down. Well done. Lower those legs if they're lifted there. Bring those arms back down by your side. Let's have a quick hug. Just bring those knees in towards you, just as far as comfortable. Have a nice little stretch out here. Just take a breath in and out. Good. And again, breath in and out. And then just lowering those legs back down one at a time, back to that start. Okay, so we're going to lengthen out through the body now with our opposite arm and leg stretch. So we're going to float our hands up towards the ceiling here. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to extend one leg away and reach that opposite arm above our head and then fold back. Good. Alternating sides, reaching opposite arm, opposite leg, and then fold back. Breathing out, reach away. Breathe in to fold back. Breathing out, reach away. Breathe in to fold back. So breathing out as we extend away, breathe in to fold back. So lengthening out through the body here, but still keeping that control. I'm not letting my ribs flare, my back arch. I'm keeping that control as I lengthen away and folding back. Breathing out. Breathe in to fold back. Well done. Reaching away and back. And fold back. Well done. And again, reaching away, folding back. Lovely. We just do last few here. Breathing out as you reach away. Breathe in to fold back. and back. Well done. And again, reaching away, folding back. Well done. Let's do one more each side. One more time. And folding back, relaxing those arms back down. Well done. Arms down by your side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop those knees over to one side. Turn our head to that opposite side if you can. Just gently rotating through that spine. And then lifting back up and over to that opposite side. So just dropping into that rotation stretch here. And back. And again, drop those knees over, turning that head, looking round just as far as comfortable. Just feels a nice stretch to do. Just a cool down here, dropping those knees over, turning that head, well done. Gently lifting back up and over to that opposite side. And again, drop those knees over, turning that head, lifting back up and over to that opposite direction. Well done. Last few here. Let's just do one more each side. Drop those knees over, turning that head. Well done. Gently lifting back up and over to that opposite side. Well done. Bring those knees back up. Bring those arms back down by your side. Okay, so let's stretch out into our legs now. So we're going to put one foot onto the opposite knee here. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we can bring the other leg up and towards you, just as far as you feel comfortable. Then we're going to hold this stretch here. So just take a few nice deep breaths in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch. Just that little bit further if you can. Breathing in and out. Good. And again, breath in and out. Holding that stretch there. On that out breath, if you can, we can sink into that stretch just that little bit further, if you can, as we're holding that there. Well done. And we just lower that leg back down. Do the same the other side, so opposite foot onto the other knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. Again, if that's enough of a stretch, just stay there. Or if you can, we can bring the other leg up and towards you, just as far as you're comfortable. And then we're going to hold this stretch here. So just taking a few nice deep breaths in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch, that little bit further, breathing in and out. Good, breath in and out. Well done. Breathing in and out. Lovely, one last time. And then lowering that leg back down. Very good. Then we're going to have that knee up towards the ceiling. Lengthen out through the back of that leg there. Toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Our hands supporting that leg. We're going to hold this stretch here. So just taking a few nice deep breaths in and out. Holding that stretch there. Really lengthening out through the back of that leg. And we're going to hold that stretch. Good, then if you can, we're going to point and flex through the ankle here, just gently moving, pointing and flexing. Well done. And then holding that stretch again, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. And then we'll lower that leg back down. Very good. We'll do the same the other side. Knee up towards the ceiling. Lengthen out through the back of the leg. Again, using that hands just to support that leg there, just to stretch into our hamstrings. We're going to hold this here, breathing in and out. Well done. And then if you can, we'll point and flex through the ankle here, just gently pointing and flexing. Then holding that stretch again, toes pointing up towards the ceiling, lengthening out through the back of that leg. Well done. And then just lowering that leg back down. Well done. Now let's just have our feet together and just drop those knees open out to the side, just to feel that little bit of a stretch into that inner thigh here. Just while we do that, we can just take a few nice deep breaths in and out. As you breathe in, feel that rib cage expanding. And as you breathe out, feel it sinking down and in. And again, breath in, feel that rib cage expanding. And as we breathe out, sinking down and in. One more time, breath in. And as we breathe out, sinking down and in again. Well done. Gently just bring those knees back up together. And we're going to come back up into sitting here. So just sitting comfortably, either with your legs crossed, legs out in front of you. We're going to relax those shoulders down from here. Well done. Neck nice and long. We're going to bring our fingers together. We're going to reach them away. Drop that chin down. We're going to look up together and open nice and wide. Good. And again, reaching those fingers together. Reach away. Drop down. Looking up together and opening wide. Let's do that one more time. Fingers together. Reach away. Drop that chin down. Looking up and opening nice and wide. Well done. And then we're going to bring our hands just to that shoulder height across the body here. And we're going to turn that body round to the side, looking around, and then gently back. And again, rotating around and back. And again, rotating around and forwards. One more time. And back. And relaxing those arms down, relaxing those shoulders. Fantastic. Well done. Thank you for joining me today. I really hope you've enjoyed the class and hopefully see you again soon.